Hey everyone, it's Amber, also known as Pretty Amor, and I'm a reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Depop, Mercari, Curtsy, and sometimes Facebook Marketplace and Etsy. Today I have another what sold video for you, and it is the last 3 to 4 days, and a couple items I already shipped out before the holidays because people asked for expedited shipping. I mean, like fulfillment. I don't do expedited shipping because most platforms don't support that, but some items I don't have here for the video because they're already shipped out and on the way to their buyer. First we have this kid's Patagonia reversible hoodie. Jacket is what they call it. And it's sold on Poshmark in 35 days for an offer of $20. It does have some discoloration. And I believe, yes, there is some tearing right here, so that is why it is sold for a little bit less than a normal Patagonia jacket that is down, but it sold quickly and it was from the bins and I got it for $1.49. Next are these Hannah Anderson wide leg pants for women. I picked up 3 of these a very long time ago. Nifty tells me 316 days, but we know it is longer than that. I got it sometime in 2024. I thought these would sell quicker than what they did. I haven't actually listed them on their Hannah Anderson Relove site. That was before I knew about it, so I should get on that. I'm not really sure if they sell any of the women's on there or just the kids. I have had a couple of women's items that I tried to sell on there and they didn't take, but they were Christmas Star Wars, so I don't know if it was maybe just that collaboration they didn't take, but those are the only ones that I've had so far, but I would definitely look into that. But these sold actually for my asking price on Depop for $60, but I did get them at a regular Goodwill for $8.99. I did pay up because, like I said, I thought that they would sell a lot better with them being, you know, wider leg and like a mom kind of jean. I don't know, I thought they were cute and I wanted them for myself, but they are 100% cotton and I need some stretch, so they did not fit me, but I'm glad that someone can have them, and I have 2 more pairs available if you like them. So Depop was actually on fire this week, or these past couple of days. I usually don't get too many sales over there. I get a lot of offers and I accept a lot of offers, but you know, Depop doesn't do binding offers. It is what it is. I don't think they're gonna change it anytime soon, so it's just kind of what we have to deal with. But you know, sometimes offers do get bought or whatever once I accept them, and I actually had 3 this week, so that was exciting. But this Lululemon, I got this actually at Plato's Closet. I think it was 90% off sale, so I got it for $5. I was gonna wear it myself, but burgundy doesn't really look that great with me with my red hair, in my opinion, and whatever, I just listed it and it sold on Depop in 135 days for an offer of $51. This Figs maternity top, new with tags, sold on Poshmark for an offer of $25. I had it listed for $40. But 25 was reasonable and it sold in 111 days, and I got it at a regular Goodwill for $4.99. And my last Depop sale were these kids Fear of God Essentials joggers. Unfortunately, they did have some spots that would not come out and a hole right here close to the knee. So I did have to sell them for a little bit lower than if they were in better condition, but they sold in just 2 days for an offer of $12. And these were technically free to me because my husband bought them with his own Plato's Closet money. He's been actually going to the bins with me and spending his like own money per se, he first got started going through our closet, I let him have what I didn't really want and I didn't feel like selling because I just have so much stuff from the thrift stores and consignment and other stuff. I didn't need to worry about listing my own stuff, and I already wore it and everything, so there was, you know, no like real cost of goods or whatever. So he got $100 from going through our closet, and that was his start. And then he went to the bins a couple times by himself and got some stuff for me and for Play-Dohs. But yes, so technically $0 for me, but from the bins, you know, our bins are $1.89, so you can call them $2 or whatever, but they don't weigh that much. So another fast seller was this Smart Wool new with tags sweater. It sold in just 2 days for an offer of $50 on Poshmark. I had it listed for $70, but wanted to take $50 because I'm sure it's probably a Christmas gift or something like that. But I wanted to move it out before the holidays were over and people are kind of not shopping so much for sweaters and things like that. But I did get it on Whatnot for $21.40. I was gonna gift this to someone, but I couldn't really think of anyone that actually wanted it per se, but whatever. I still made a little bit of profit off of that, almost $20, so. Then this Madewell slub shirt new with tags men's sold on Poshmark in 316 days according to Nifty, but I'm pretty sure I got this in 2024, so it's definitely been over a year. And it sold for an offer of $40. I had this listed kind of high at $70 because I mean it retailed for $89.50, but you know, I was just waiting for a reasonable offer to come through, and I did get it from Boutique by the Box for $6.80. My husband also picked up this Rothschild girls wool coat. It did have some flaws. He's still not the best at detecting flaws as much. He kind of just gets excited about the brand and the material and doesn't really check for flaws, but it had some moth holes, but it didn't go through to the lining. It had some discoloration, but it still sold very quickly in 1 day on Poshmark for an offer of $18, and I think I only listed it for $30. But cost of goods technically $0, but this coat probably $2.50 maybe. Next is this vintage Teletubbies. His name is Poe. I believe that's how you say it, P-O, Poe. I should know because I watched Teletubbies as a little kid. This was my show growing up, but I don't remember. And although I do know, and I should dig them up, I have a big one, a big Teletubby, and I think a little Teletubby, not quite as fat. I didn't remember. I think they was like skinnier, but whatever, at my dad's house. So I should bring those up to list one of these days. But anyway, I found this at the bins for $1.52, and it sold in 19 days on Etsy for an offer of $15. I should note that this was the talking Teletubby. What does it say? Maybe it doesn't say on here, but that's what the comps told me, that it was like the talking. Oh yeah, it does say Teletubbies talking Poe. But when you opened up the back here, it didn't have the talking box anymore. I assume someone probably took it out so that they could wash it or something like that, or it was broke. I don't know. But it still sold for good money, so. Then this Mickey Mouse banner that says Happy Holidays. It is together right here, so you can't see the whole banner, but I'll put it right here or wherever. I got this at the bins for $1.32, and it sold in 18 days on Poshmark for an offer of $15. And we have this very cute Madewell sweater. I absolutely adore the color. I'm not sure why I didn't keep this. I don't know, maybe because I thought it was itchy or something, who knows. but it's like a heather eggplant kind of color. It's sold on Poshmark for an offer of $30. Actually, Nifty sent out a 10% offer, so they get discounted shipping with that offer as well. But it didn't show up on my Nifty for some reason, so I'll have to put right here what the cost of goods was and how long it took to sell, if I can find that. But I believe I got it at a regular Goodwill. So, and this is another item that my lovely husband found for me. And I listed these very quickly once he found them because, let's see, the joggers, not so much a problem with seasonality, but the coat, I wanted to get listed ASAP, and of course this before the holidays were over. But this is a Hannah Anderson zip up sweater. It did have, let's see, which sleeve is it? It did have a repair right here, of course, I noted that. But that didn't matter to the buyer. It still sold in 2 days for my full asking price of $30. And since my husband picked this up, it's technically free to me, but it's probably close to a pound, maybe a little over, so let's just say $2. But I listed the items, I think 2 or 3 days after he got them. So I mean, he got them in December this month. And yeah, they sold very quickly. So I think a round of applause for him doing so great. And he doesn't sell on his own platforms or anything. He gives the stuff to me if it wouldn't sell at Plato's Closet. But I am having him pick up stuff for ThredUp as well for his little fun, whatever he's gonna do with. But yeah, I'm glad that he's learning and wanting to go with me more to the thrift stores and the Goodwill bins, so I love him for that. All right, then we have a Aviator Nation hoodie that sold pretty quickly on Poshmark for an offer of $100 in just 33 days. There's a story about this. So I got this online. I'm not sure I really want to reveal where. I might be coming out with a little digital guide of where I shop online. So let me know if you guys would be interested on that. But I don't really want to reveal my sources. I mean, Aviator Nation, hello. I believe I got it, I think for, I want to say it was under $30, I believe. I'll put the actual cost of goods right here, but that is not what happened anyway. Because I got Yeezys for myself. I actually paid, I think it was almost $60 for them, and this sweatshirt. And they had canceled the sale for the Yeezys, but they were gonna ship this, which I was like, okay, fine, you know, they're gonna refund me. So I get this, and then I wait and wait and wait and wait, and they don't refund me onto my Apple Card. And I'm like, well, what the heck? So I reach out to my Apple Card and do a dispute. I have to dispute the whole thing, but I wrote in the notes, like, this is like a dispute for just the shoes because I didn't get my money back for that. And I mean, $60 is a lot that we're not getting anything. So whatever, I disputed that, and one of their representatives from where I bought the items from reached out to me and said that they get it taken care of. So I waited a little bit more, and you know, usually Apple is really, really good of putting your money back onto your card, but that wasn't happening. So I reached out to Apple again, and they said that they were gonna refund me the whole thing. So I was like, okay, I guess. I don't know, wherever, I don't know, the place where I sourced the item from, I don't know why they didn't just refund me for the shoes, but I don't know, I can't help with that. That's what they should have done. But anyway, so then I guess this was technically free, so I get to keep the whole $80. I would have been fine paying the $30 or whatever and making $50 off of this, but I don't know. I can't help that. We have a Poshmark consignment item sell. This is a True Religion shirt, not in the best condition whatsoever. The graphic is cracking. There's missing some rhinestones and some washwear. That's Poshmark consignment for you at its finest. It sold for an offer of $6, and after Poshmark fees and paying out the consignment client, I will make $1.53. Yay. Then this super cute Dooney and Bourke satchel sold in, well, over a year, because Nifty says 315 days, but it sold for my full asking price of $166 after I kept getting $50 offers, $60 offers over and over and over again. I just knew that this piece was so great and the comps were like around there. So like I didn't price it too high or anything. And it's not in that terrible of condition. I mean, there are some like discoloration or whatever, but I think it just adds to the natural patina of the leather. So I'm so happy that it finally sold for my full asking price. And I did get it in a ThredUp mystery box of handbags for $12.41. Then these super cute girls Nike Air Force Ones sold in just 4 days for 10% off that Nifty sent out for $27 in discounted shipping. I did trade in some stuff from the Goodwill bins to Once Upon a Child to get these. So I mean, I got 2 other pairs of shoes with these, and I believe I used a $5 off coupon. So these were originally $14, as it says on the bottom. And yeah, I don't bother marking it out or taking it off. Like, the bottoms were shown. It is what it is, whatever. So I mean, technically I didn't really pay anything because I got money back as well from my trade-in from the Goodwill bins. But technically then with the $5 off, these were $12.11. But I still made $7.99. So I'm already up even more from the Goodwill bins trade-in. And then these Chubbies pants sold on eBay in 31 days for my asking price of They made an offer for $30, and this is a consignment item. So after paying them out in eBay fees, I will make, $7.58. And then, like I said in the beginning of the video, I did make some more sales that I had already shipped out. So let's see what those were. One was my husband's McDonald's Grinch meal box and unopened socks. He didn't want the socks, he just really wanted to try the pickle fries. So that's what he did, and those 2 items sold for $25. So I mean, technically the box was $15.99. So I guess if you want to go that route, I only made $4, but he got a meal out of it too. So I mean, you know. And then what else did I ship out? Oh, I shipped out this vintage crewel embroidery kit. It was brand new, dead stock. I got it from the Goodwill bins for $1.70, and it sold same day on eBay for my asking price of $32. And then this coat that my husband also picked up. So literally 4 items out of the 8 that he gave me already sold. So he's doing great. He's doing great. This coat sold for $45. I could have got a lot more if it was in better condition, because like I said, he doesn't really care about the condition. It seems like he just is like, oh yeah, 100% camel hair, this is made in Italy, yeah. But whatever, I mean, it still sold very quickly. I think it sold in 2 days, and like I said, for $45. And that coat probably was it was probably close to $5 since it was pretty heavy, but free to me technically. But yeah, those are the sales within the last 3 to 4 days. Let me know which sale surprised you the most, and as always, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Bye!